Hello, happy 2026. Long time no videos. For those of you who are new to my channel, I haven't posted a video in, I didn't even look back to how long it's been. It's been quite a while. Uh, I'm a retired person who knits, crochets, quilts, does paper crafts, and does sewing. And I come on from time to time, and just share some of my projects. So for January 2026, I'm sharing a project. Um, I'll try to tell you where I get my patterns and how I do my things, just in case you have an interest in maybe you sew and you want to do what I'm doing. Today it's bags. It's bags, hobby bags, craft bags. This particular pattern is from Can Do Crafts. A drawstring bucket bag. Is that showing up? Yeah. It's a great pattern. I got it on Etsy. The person's name is Caroline. She's very accommodating to questions because I had a couple of questions and she's pretty quick to answer your questions, which I think is just wonderful. Now, I made a few of these. Copyright. Um, it's protected. This particular patent is protected by national copyright law. You can't copy the pattern, but you can sell items made from her patent, but don't use her images or her pattern text. That makes sense. If your friends would like to make oh, that's a different pattern. Okay. Thanks for your understanding. So you can make these. I'm happy for you to sell items made from my patterns, but don't use images. Probably don't use the images to advertise. Well, I don't sell my crafts. I generally um, give them as gifts. So I made some bucket bags for gifts this year, and I'm gonna show them to you. Again, this is on Etsy, and I'll put a link to it below. That was very good. Okay, the bags. Oh, I'm still finishing one of them. I left it in the other room, but here's one that's finished. Oh, what terrible lighting. You can't even really see this one. Let me see if I move this and do this. That's a little better. It's kind of like, I want to say snake skin. It's a craft bag. It's round bucket bag, and it has this gathered top handle. For those of you who like to make bags, it's good to know that these have no hardware. So all you have to do is buy strings and make the drawstring. And you'll see I can push this inside. It's fully lined. You don't have to use that top. You can just leave it like this as well. So that's one. Here's another. I made this one from oh my goodness, I'm sitting not in the greatest of places. There's another bag. I had fun picking out all the fabrics for these. Here's another one. I mean, it's just showing things that are hard to see with the glare. There we are. Again, this one has a subtle blue lining. And let's see which else. Oh, here's another one. There's still others in the other room. This one's bad to see. What's with my lighting, huh? This looks very gray, but it's actually a yellowish. I don't know if the yellowish is showing. It's a little yellow bits. This isn't showing the true color. Oh well. Those are some of my bags. I'm giving them as gifts this year for New Year's because Christmas is already passed. Here we are. Here's a little tag that goes with it. There, now you can see it. Happy New Year, Knit 1, purl 2. These are for my knitting friends. Okay. So, as I said, I enjoyed making them. They're a lot of fun. I will link the pattern below. Uh, but I wanted to package them for gifts, right? You want to give your gifts in a package. Well, here's what I did. 1 second. Okay. I went to the Dollar Tree because they have tons of gift bags, right? Oops, turn the head. So I bought these large. What a day. I think the sun's starting to come out when it was a gray morning. I set myself up for gray. All right. Is this blocking the light when I do that? Perhaps. We'll have these big bags, right? I got these bags at Dollar Tree in order to move this way. This is gonna be a crazy video. See, move this back. Okay. However, there's a problem because they're not wide enough. When you try to put the bag in, you can't even get it, can't really get it in, and I don't want to crush the bag. So I didn't know what I would do. I didn't want to get a super humongous giant bag. So what I did was I cut up the bag. Here it is. I made the bags into cylinders. Cut them up, and I put a strip of the bag on the whatever I cut out of here. I put on the bottom to kind of hold the bag in. Let me show you. I was able to salvage the handle and the package is crafted to fit the bag that's inside. Maybe this one's a little too tight. Get it open. Here it is. Yeah, you know what? The handle might not be working out. I'm gonna take the handles off. That might be the better way to go. I can just staple these shut. Here we go. Without crushing the bag. Oh, I'm all crushed, right? So here it is. Bucket bags for knitting projects. Fun. And the wrapper. One thing about these bags, they reminded me of when I was a kid. When I was a kid, now I'm 73. So when I was like maybe 13, 14, there was a program on television called The Patty Duke Show. And Patty Duke played identical twins. And I had just long, straight hair. My hair is very, very straight, as you can probably tell. And Patty Duke played, no, she wasn't, they were identical, but they were cousins. They weren't really twins, the Patty Duke character. Um, and the American Patty Duke wore her hair and Patty Duke wore her hair going under, like, I don't know, is that a page boy? I don't know, it rolled under. And I used to try to get that look hair to no avail. I never got it. I could never do it. I didn't know how to do it, I guess. But we had bags like these for rollers, and they look sort of just like this, only they were made of nylon or polyester or something like that. And we kept our rollers in it. And this reminds me of the roller bags. I loved those roller bags. There's no use for them now except for maybe clothespin bags. But for knitting, we're all set. Well, thanks for stopping by and checking out my project. First one for 2026. See you next time. Bye now.